Begin. So, welcome everyone to this webinar. We have our own Kavra ji hosting the webinar today. And of course, he's a gentleman who needs no introduction. He is a seasoned professional who's delivered over 4,500 workshops on different areas of emotional intelligence, of man management, of leadership skills. And it is indeed a privilege to have him here and speak about a very sensitive topic of emotional intelligence in formal and personal leadership. So I think over to you, Kavraji. Uh, I'm all ears to listen to you. Thank you for being here, sir.
Should we? Should
Yes,
we?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Over to you,
Okay.
sir.
Good evening. Good evening, participants. And it's a proud privilege for me to talk to you about emotional intelligence and its relation to formal and professional leadership. So let us understand what do you understand by term emotion, and then we will talk about emotional intelligence. So what is emotion? Emotion is a word which is derived from a Latin language, which means energy that motivates. Energy that motivates. Therefore, it is called as a emotion. And intelligence is ability to express your emotion intelligently. Is called as a emotional intelligence. First, let us find out whether being emotional is good or otherwise. My point is, there are emotions which are neither good nor bad. Emotions are emotions. We make them either good or bad. Let's take an example. Anger is an emotion. Sadness is an emotion. Fear is an emotion. Enjoyment, ecstasy is an emotion. Love, to love somebody or being loved by somebody is an emotion. Surprise is an emotion. Disgust, you feel like disgusted. Shame is an emotion. Now you might ask me, which are the good emotions and which are the bad emotions? Now let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there is no good emotion, there is no bad emotion. Most of us, we feel love is a good emotion. But let me prove, excessive love will lead to the obsession, and that obsession will become a bad emotion. Only two examples I would like to quote. You are aware, in Ulhasnagar, there was a famous murder case called Rinku Patil murder case. Now, this girl who was a student of standard 9, there was a boy madly in love with this girl. Because this girl did not respond, this boy enters into her classroom, douses her with petrol and sets her on fire. Now, supposedly a good emotion of love has resulted into the murder of that girl. Is it not something which is the emotion had nothing to do? It was the after effect of that emotion which he did. Similarly, most of us, we feel that love by a mother to her child is a good emotion. But imagine if the mother loves excessively the child is likely to go out of order. And probably it will be very difficult for us then to control the child. Therefore, anything in excess is very bad. In Marathi, it is said, Ati tethe mati. So please remember, therefore, anything. Say, for example, now let me give another example of anger, which we feel anger is a bad emotion. But let me tell you, most of the people came up in their life because they got angry. Mahatma Gandhi got angry. Because when he got angry, when he was traveling in the compartment, the Britisher pushed him. Any one of us would have converted this anger into negative energy and thereby started taking a fight and would have been put into the jail. But Mahatma Gandhi ji converted that supposedly negative emotion into positive energy, and he gave a befitting reply. The reply was, all right, today I'll push me out of train, tomorrow I'll push you people out of my country. Is it not a conversion of negative emotion supposedly into a positive emotion? Positive energy. Take example of anger. Another example, Dhirubhai Ambani, one of the odd jobs which Dhirubhai did, he was a petrol pump boy. Somebody insulted him because he was touching the car with anxiety. Somebody took a dig at him. Hey, are you going to buy this car? And any one of us would have been there, would have simply picked up the stone and smashed the windscreen and lost the job. But Dhirubhai gave him a befitting reply. He said, no, sir, I will not buy your car, but I will make that petrol which makes your car run. I will make it. Is it not a conversion of negative emotion of this thing, anger into positive energy? There is another example. Sadness is a bad emotion. You cannot continue to be sad all the time. But let me give an example. The sadness also can be converted into positive energy. And there is an example right in the city of Mumbai. There was this gentleman called as a Deepak Joshi. He founded an organization called Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now you are aware, this gentleman had lost his child because of cancer. And his last wish of flying, taking a flight, he could not fulfill. And this fellow felt so sad. But, out of this thing, he would have gone into the depression. But he converted that depression into positive energy. He said there could be thousands and thousands of the parents who are unable to fulfill the last wish of their dying children because they don't have money. Cancer is a very, very expensive treatment. Can I do something for them? And he started this foundation, which is called as the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now the children, all children up to age of 5, 6, 7. Now their wishes are also something funny. One of the child expressed the desire BEST bus. Now very funny. But these people went and approached the BEST general manager. General manager obliged them. He told the driver, take the child into the lap and make him drive the bus. Of course, the controller with the BEST driver. Another child said, we want to fly. Jet Airways gave the entire flight. Third child said, we want to play with Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan cancelled the shooting and was available. And the fourth thing which was there in the Hyderabad, which has been reported in the newspaper, I'm sure you must have seen it, the child wanted to be commissioner of police for a day. Now these people approached the police commissioner and they said, we know that the wish is very funny, but then we are helpless. Then the commissioner said, look at the magnanimity of the heart on his part. He said, all right. He stitched the cloth of a commissioner through his own money. On all the stars are put. The child is sitting on the commissioner's chair. The commissioner sitting is opposite to him. The media is called. And the media asked him a question today that you are a police commissioner. What do you want to do? And the child said, I want to put all the rowdies in the jail. Now, is it not something which is very good? You should have looked at the spark in the eyes of the child. Unfortunately, the child died very soon thereafter. But the point is, even sadness can be converted into positive energy. Gentlemen, let me tell you, our Indian culture is so good that we knew this emotional intelligence right from ages. In Hindu religion, it is said there are Navarasas. There is a ras which is called Karun ras. There is a ras which is called as a Veer ras, Shrangar ras, Raudra ras, Hasya ras, Bibhatsa ras. Now, please remember, all these rasas are important. When you should laugh, you should laugh. When you should show karuna, that is passion and compassion, you should show karuna and passion. And we are made up of Navarasas. And when we are made up of Navarasas, these Navarasas plays an important role. So the point, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens is we are all emotional. We cannot separate ourselves from emotion. And let me tell you what happens to you at home, you carry it to the work, your home, work. And whatever happens to your work, you carry it to the home. Say, for example, your boss fires you. You will fire your subordinate. Your subordinate will fire his subordinate. His subordinate will fire his subordinate. Poor fellow will fire his wife. First wife will give him enough lesson. He will say, hey, you might be a temporary, I am a permanent. So you have no business to bloody fire me. But she will hit the child. The child will hit the street dog and request the street dog that please go to the office and complete the circle where it had started. So does it happen, not happen? You cannot have two separate compartments where you are a separate personality, split personality at home, and you have a split personality at office. So whatever happens to you at office, you are likely to carry home, and whatever happens to you at home, you are likely to carry to the office. And therefore, please remember, in Japan, they provide a channel. In every factory, every office, every establishment, there is a last room where the statues of all big bosses are kept, along with the Muhammad Ali gloves. So if you are angry with the boss, go to that room, put on those gloves and give him punches. After some punches, nothing will happen to that statue. But what will happen? Your hand will start paining and you will say, Aaj ke din itna bas hai, baaki kal nahi pat lunga. Is it not something that you are channelizing that energy? Please remember they have to be. And another important thing which is said, generally the women are more emotional and men are rational. May be true. There are certain jobs which are full of emotion. I'll give a certain example. Air hostess. You will 99% you will find a female. Teacher, you will find a female. Packing on the online packing, what do they call as a conveyor belt system, you will find the female, because they can continuously talk and do the work same time. Repetitive work they are extremely good at. Whereas the men need challenge, something which is very, very important to them, something which is, they have that masculine ego or macho effect. So it's true. But when the situation demands, there are examples where even female have become rational and they have taken the bold decision, which probably a male counterpart also would not have taken. So the point is, don't discriminate. And now the question comes is, sir, where do the emotions generate? Do they generate in the heart? Because we say, na, अरे काय तुला काय हृदय आहे का नाही बथड? No, sir. For your information, emotions do not generate in heart, they generate here. And it was found out that we have olfactory lobes, and between two olfactory lobes, there is a small portion, like a bean-like structure, which is called amygdala. And amygdala is a seat of emotion. There the emotions are generated. And therefore, we have two brains which are called left brain and right brain. Left brain, it talks of logic, it talks of reasoning, it talks of decision making, it talks of rationality. And the subjects which will help you to improve your left brain are mathematics, statistics, science, etc., etc., etc. Whereas the right brain, you may not be able to explain the logic, you may not be able to explain the reasoning, but you will say there is a gut feeling or intuition. Sir, my gut feel says I'm right. You don't know why, but you say so. That is your right brain. It will talk of your emotions, it will talk of intuition, it will talk of creativity, it will talk of sensitivity. And the subjects which will generate this are music, arts, craft, sports, and the things of the sort. So should we not have both the emotions put together? Left brain and right brain. So you have a combination of both. So you have to have the left brain, you have to have a right brain. And then only it is called as a complete person. And this theory was called as the split brain theory, for which the researcher was granted Nobel Prize. Now the question comes in. Now earlier people used to say, do you think the emotions have place in the business? You have to take ruthless decisions. My point is, no, sir. You can still be in the business and with emotions. Like now, today's pandemic, that now there is a right sizing, downsizing, cut sizing. The people are not getting their salary cost. You can do the same thing with anesthesia. So if you do with the emotional connect, I call it as anesthesia. So you have to do surgery. The question is whether you are going to do surgery with anesthesia or without anesthesia. And my point, ladies and gentlemen, is do with anesthesia. It's possible. It's possible, not that it is not possible. And earlier it used to be considered as a weakness. And people used to say, hey, you are a bloody man and you are crying like a woman. No, sir, it is important that we cry. If we do not cry, probably we'll have a heart attack. And the research has shown in country like even India, the ratio of male and female getting heart attack is 9:1. After 9 male, only 1 female get heart attack. And that too, she will get heart attack only after she crosses the age of menopause. Whereas I have seen my own relative dying at the age of 18. He had gone to attend the funeral of his grandfather. And when he came back as a pillion rider to one of his friends, and when they reached home, this fellow was not getting down. So his friend just turned around and this fellow was no more. He had died. At the age of 18. Imagine, because we do not express our emotions. We have to express our emotions. We have to express our emotions. Therefore, it is acknowledged. It is important in the business. You seek out the emotionally intelligent people. But only thing is, don't talk of your emotions and negative feelings and sadness and melancholy to every Tom, Dick and Harry you come across. Some people, they have very bad habit. Wherever they go, they will cry. Kya karu yaar, zindagi mein aisa hai, waisa hai, waisa. Bad. Talk to those people who are concerned about you and those who are concerned about you and you are concerned about them. Only share with them. Whereas if they say happiness you can share with anybody and everybody. By happiness sharing with anybody and everybody, it will get doubled. But the emotions or the bad feelings, if you share with only near ones and dear ones, then they will become hard. But some people have, they will go and cry to that rickshaw wala, auto rickshaw. Now what is going to solve your problem? So don't talk. People, you will become a laughing stock. Therefore, share with the only listen people, and also listen for emotions of the people. We want others to understand our emotions, but what efforts you make to understand the emotion of other people is a question which I'm asking you. And therefore, you can always say, I understand the feeling which you are going through. I understand you are at the moment angry. I understand you are feeling very sad and lonely. So I respect your feelings. And now we can do this. So the point is, you have to acknowledge your own emotions and you have to acknowledge the emotion of others. Many times we don't acknowledge. Somebody said, who told you I'm angry? No, nobody needs to tell me that I'm angry, because the way I shouted, the way my facial expressions were, they will automatically show that I'm angry. Accept that you are angry. Accept that you are not in a proper frame of mind. Singam, Atamaji Satakli. When you know that Atamaji Satakli, don't take important decision of life when you are out of gear. Don't take. All of us, we get angry. Please remember, there was a beautiful sentence by Aristotle. Aristotle once said, all of us get angry, but getting angry with right person at right time in right manner and for right purpose is extremely difficult. For right time, right manner, right person, and right purpose. We take the anger of somebody else on somebody else, which should not be the case. When you are able to tell, you can tell, and therefore, so you have those particular emotions, those competencies, if they are there. And four important principles I would like to tell you. Sir, emotionally intelligent people, they accept what they cannot change. And that takes me to a serenity prayer. Serenity prayer, which goes to say, God grant me serenity to accept the thing I cannot change, courage and strength to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. That is most important. Don't try to change others, change yourself. Don't talk of your problem to every Tom, Dick, and Harry you come across. Share with someone who is concerned about you and about whom you are concerned. And the last is, always have a smiling face. And yes, of course, you have to express correct emotion at correct time. Somebody, because I go and tell the people that you have to be always smiling. And let's imagine you go and attend somebody's funeral and they start laughing. What will happen? Next half an hour, we'll have to reach there to take you in the death procession. So that cannot happen. And there are certain examples. You must have a self-deprecating sense of humor. But humor always will not come to your rescue. You must know when to use humor and when not to use the humor. So if you want to laugh, laugh at yourself. And if you want to still laugh, laugh with others. We do exactly reverse. We laugh at others. We don't laugh at others. And that's where we miss the bus. We miss the bus. And there are examples, where what happens is some people, they are emotionally charged and they don't know what has happened to them. And they get into the kind of a depression, kind of a feeling where you would find. Couple of examples I would like to give you. These are the examples which I have handled myself in industry. I represent the field which is called as a human resource development. I have converted myself from industrial relations to human relations. Please remember, many of us, we think that both are the same sides of the coin. Both are different. When people might have a very good relations equations with you when they are talking to you one-on-one, but when they come in a group, that changes. And we have to take a tough decision, no doubt about it. I have taken tough decisions. My first job in Krishna Glass, which is a major first job, I had suspended 95 people under one stroke. 95 people, entire department was suspended. But when you explain the logic, people will understand. And what you have to do something good during normal times. They say in the military, there is a beautiful example they give that if you sweat during normal times, you don't have to bleed during your crisis. So what you need to do, you need to help the people. You need to help the people to help. In Krishna Glass, one of our employees' son had died in a railway accident. And we went to the mortuary. And those people were refusing to hand over the body unless we bribed them. When I went there and I spoke to them legally, the body was handed over. Now, don't you think this particular family will be indebted to me for their life? So when you do a good work, please remember, God is going to reward you. And earlier we used to say, if I do some good work, I will get rewarded in the next life. And if I do something bad, I have to pay for it in the next life. Now, times have changed. God has done time management course. He won't keep anything pending. You will be rewarded in this life itself, and you will be punished in this life itself. Let me give an example. Harshad Mehta, 5,000 crore, that share market scam. When he died in Thane Civil Hospital, he did not have a proper bed. They had kept him in that lobby, veranda jisko bolte hain, and there was no proper carpet. He was put on the bed sheet, and there he breathed his last. Is it not something he had to pay for it? So the point is, it will have to be paid. And therefore, there are certain examples where you have a self-deprecating sense of humor. You can dilute the situation. 4 or 5 examples I'll give and get back to the how you can develop the emotional intelligence and other aspects. Now, in this company, Krishna Glass, where I was working, now ours is a continuous process plant. And there is no holiday. You get holiday only after 5 or 6 years. That is when the furnace is taken for shutdown. That time, all the people, because the entire factory is closed, except the furnace people, all other people are working. All our people are on the vacation or they have no work to do. Otherwise, every day, whether it is Diwali, whether it is Holi, whether it is Dasara, whether it is 15th August, 26th January, people have to work. And what happens is, you change the job. Suppose right now the 250 ml bottle is going on. Now you have to change the setting. Say from 250, you are going to 500 liter bottle, milliliter bottle. Everything will be changed. From where? That from furnace, where the glass is dropping. That speed feed, you have to orifice ring, you have to change. The cutting, you have to change. The molds, you have to change. The speed at which the molds are running, everything needs to be changed. And this is called as a job change crew, which is the most crucial function of this department. And we had a job change crew, which was headed by an engineer, and he knew that he was the person who was so good at his job. There was literally a red carpet welcome which was given to him by our competitor. People were ready to welcome him. And this crew was also headed from amongst the worker by one of our workmen who was the secretary of the union, general secretary of the union from internal. And we had a Datta Samans union, but he was a unit secretary. This fellow was a unit secretary. And now what happened? It was a day of a Holi, festival of colors. The people were working. This fellow was working. He was changing the mold. This engineer went from outside and just applied that machine oil. He just dipped his hand and applied that. And everybody gave a hearty laugh. Now what happened? Emotional insult. Hijack. Atamaji satakli. Immediately he told, "Oh, engineer, whatever was his name, you have to tender good equation." Why should I tender apology? They had such a good equation. They would eat from each other's tiffin. They would drink from the same cup of tea. They would also smoke one fag. He will take the another fag. He will take. That kind of a relationship they had. And this fellow said, "Nothing doing. You have to tender apology." And this fellow said, both of them have taken to the respective position. None of them is ready to move even an inch from their respective position. What to do? We don't know. Tender was brand new. It had run only about 30 to 40 days. And the furnace during those years was 20 crore rupees. The apology. I was called. I don't know what to do. When I came, I saw that 400 people are sitting because he had simply stopped the electric supply. Now the furnace temperature has started going down and the factory temperature has started going up. Now what to do? I realized immediately that there is something which is serious. And this fellow already more black than me. And this fellow with that furnace oil is looking terrible. And he's shouting and he's moving like a roaring lion. This fellow had applied me color. How dare he do it? Unless he apologizes, I'm not going to do it. I realized that there is no point in asking him. So I still said, all right, maybe your engineer must have applied, but on his behalf, I tender apology. He said, no. Did you apply? No. That idiot has applied. No? Why he can't tender the apology? Then I was saying, only hoping the matter will be blown out of proportion and the matter will get further complicated. Then I realized that something needs to be done. You have to use emotions. You have to, for a matter of fact, you have to fool them. And I did that because there was no other way. I told, look here, you know, you have studied in Marathi medium. I also studied in Marathi medium. Our English is very poor. So what I can do is I can tell that engineer to regret on the incident. Now, regret and sorry, there is no difference. What difference it is? Regret is regret. Sorry is regret. Said, are you correct? I said, yes, believe me, I will get it done. How to get it done is my lookout. But are you ready to accept the regret? If not, then realize, my gentleman, my friend, realize that all of us who are going to lose job, you are in big demand. So you will go to Vikram class, you will go to other class. So while going, please carry my resume also, because I will also need a job and I will need your assistance to get you the job. Then he realized that 600 jobs are at stake. Then he said out of reluctance, okay, Mr. Kabra, in Marathi, of course, okay, Kabra Sahib, tumi manta tar, I will accept the regret. Half the battle is won. Now the second half is pending. I went to the cabin and this fellow, my God, I have applied the color. So what? We have such a good equation. Why this fellow should unnecessarily flare up, etc., etc., etc. I told him, and again, I also fooled him. Between you and me, I can confess now. I told him, look, gentlemen, I am not going to allow you to apologize. Why should you apologize? I know you have such a good equation. All right, you have done it in jokingly. So why should you take it so fussy? Don't even dare to apologize. Even if you are ready, I will not allow you to apologize. Now, this fellow thought, here is a fellow who is having some kind of empathy and is attaching with the emotions. Then he told me, Kabra, come again. I said, no, I will not allow you. Please sit down. But apology ruled out. But let us see if there is some other way by which we can resolve the problem. Otherwise, you are an engineer. If the temperature of the furnace goes down below 900 degrees centigrade, all of us will lose the job, including you, me, our chief executive, managing director, everybody will sit at home. But this has to be resolved. And the temperature to fall from 1600 to 900, it takes 8 hours. So already 3 hours have gone. Now we have only 5 hours. Within 5 hours, unless and until we start our furnace, the things are not going to happen. He said, yes, you are right. So what to do? I said, you think, I will also think. Let's call for a cup of tea. I know he used to smoke. So I said, you just start smoking. Then I told him, I have very dimag mein ek idea. If you permit, can I share? Can you regret on the incident? Apology? No. But regret, can you think it? He realized, but he said, because he also wanted, something to take a U-turn. He said, okay, Mr. Kabra, again, putting his hand on my head. He said, all right, if you say regret will solve the problem, I'm ready to regret. Now the third drama, both of them have to be brought together. Now I just caught him, the goat which is due for slaughtering. The fellow carries it. Same way I carried him. Now this fellow, without looking at him, Mr. So-and-so, I regret on the incident what happened this morning. And that General Secretary said, Mr. Kabra, is this a method of regretting? I said, okay, chal. I took his hand, allowed them to shake hand. I only told that electrician, hey, bhatti ka supply chalu kar. Now the bhatti electric current started, the feeding mechanism started, furnace oil started going into the bhatti, all compressors started, the bhatti temperature started going up and the factory temperature started coming down. Is it not a classic example of emotional intelligence I did? There was no other go. Thereafter we made all the, then the left brain will work, but that time I had to work with the right brain. No other go. Secondly, another example I would like to tell you. See, I'm sure you must have all heard the Taj story. Taj was attacked. All of you are aware. Hotel Taj, Taj Mahal Palace. That particular day, I was conducting program in Hotel Taj for Taj employees. 3 of the employees who were in my training program up to 5:30 were not in this world at 9:30 because they had to stay back for their duties. And sir, let me give you the mind-boggling fact. It has become a matter of research at Harvard Business School. There were 500 guests. 500 rooms were occupied. Occupied guests. There were 600 guests. They were into banquet and then restaurants. They have 11 restaurants in Taj Mahal Palace. And there were 500 employees serving these 500 guests in rooms and 600 in banquet when the bomb was dropped. The terrorist attack. They came with AK-47. Now tell me what any person would have done. They would have run for their life. They would have just vanished, irrespective of what happens to the guests. Mind you, these 17 of them lost their lives, but made sure that barring 6 or 7 guests, all the guests were rescued through safety. Because you see the only the good part of the hotel, but down below there are at least 3 basements. And there are rooms which are exit route. They are only known to them. They prepared the human chain. This fellow stopped. The chefs were there and they saved. Now the question came, why? The reason was emotional intelligence demonstrated by Ratan Tata. Can you believe, sir? Mr. Tata, after the attack, he was there in the hotel for 3 days and 3 nights. He did not move out. He visited all the employees and the guests who were admitted in the hospital, who attended almost all the funerals. And every employee who was dead was given a compensation of 83 lakhs. And the entire responsibility for education of their children was taken by Tata Foundation. Such kind of a thing. The recruitment where they were taught, you have to respect, because Atithi Devo Bhava. The telephone operators immediately ran to their desk, immediately telephoned the guests. Sir, please lock your room inside. Please switch off electricity. Don't come out. Don't open window. And all the guests were saved. Is not a classic example of emotional intelligence? Then another company where I was working, the employees decided to take out my death procession because something I did not budge. They said, sir, tomorrow we are taking your death procession. I said, thank you very much. They said, this fellow has gone mad. They said, not victory procession, sir. This is death procession. I said, I heard correctly. Death procession only. Then they said, why you are so happy then? I said, tell me why I should not be happy. I'll be the first person in the world to witness my own death procession. Courtesy you people. So should I not thank you? They confirmed that this fellow, this is not there. And they cancelled. I only went and told them, Sala, ek moka I had got it to witness my death procession. You idiots have even taken that. You have to act with particular kind of that particular time. There is no useful purpose will be served by getting angry. Because if I tell them I will bloody see how you take out my death procession, instead of 500 people, 1,000 people would have participated. No use. So allow, because such emotions, they also anger or the temperature which comes down automatically. Third example I would like to give you, it was a pharma company. And our company had 3 departments. One was tablet, one was ointment, and one was liquid syrup. And every department has to be cleaned, disinfected, fungicide, fumigation they carry out. And only after that you are permitted to run. And each department has a sweeper. That is a job of a sweeper. Now there was a situation in ointment. There was no production going on because you already have a production. And you cannot, there is no point will be served by producing the medicine and allowing it to expire, because expired medicine to dispose them of, you have to spend money. And tablet department, we had a lot of work. In fact, 30 lakhs batch was to be completed. It was to have been stuffed into the container. Container would have gone to the JNPT, and the container would have left the ship for South African countries. And the supervisor told that there is no the sweeper in the tablet department. So he telephoned the engineer, production manager. He said, sir, supervisor nahi hai, what do I do? Then he told him, okay, why you are unnecessarily disturbing? Go and tell that fellow from ointment department to come and do this job. So he went and told him, hey, saab bola tere ko udhar jana padega. He told him, do what you want. You want to sack me, but I will not go there and sweep. This fellow again repeated, sir, this fellow is refusing to go. He's saying, you want to sack me, but I'm not going to go there. Then the engineer told him, that production manager, tell him, tu kya tera baap bhi jayega. Now this fellow should have used his dimag. He reproduced verbatim. Manager sahab bolta hai, tu kya tera baap jayega. Now everybody went on class. Now entire factory has come to standstill. Those were the days when mobile phone were not there. My residence phone was out of order. I went and they get out of me. How dare your body production manager hamara baap nikala. I realized there is difficult. And then luckily, that was a time for their breakfast. And the siren rang. And then I told them, you please go have your breakfast and tea. And then maybe in 10 minutes, some solution may come out. I asked my timekeeper, why this fellow is refusing? He said, sir, how will he go? Because his wife is operator there. She will operate the machine, and this fellow, you expect him to sweep the floor. I immediately realized it is a masculine ego. Has to be handled with emotion. They came back. I told him, Yaar Bhagwan, pehle bolne ka na. That Yashoda, she is your wife na. Bole, yes, sir. Your people don't understand. Now tell me, if you are a sweeper and your wife is an operator and operating the machine, how would you feel if you have to sweep the floor? I said, I will feel very bad. I will leave the job, but I will not do it. And I said, Bhagwan, now I will not allow you to do this. Forget of production manager, works manager, general manager, whatever manager, managing director, owner. General. I am telling you, you will not go there and you will not sweep the floor. He said, sir, you are the only first fellow who has understood my emotions. I said, even if that cost 30 lakhs rupees back, doesn't matter. Even if that cost container not leaving and the ship leaving without our container and the next ship will go only after 15 days, damage, etc. He said, sir, you people don't understand. For that, there is a solution. The fellow who has created a problem has offered solution. You know what solution he offered? He said, sir, transfer me to the liquid. My wife doesn't work there. Therefore, I have no problem in working in liquid. And liquid sweeper, you transfer him to the tablet. His wife doesn't work there. So the fellow who created problem only offered the solution. I said, thank you very much, Bhagwan. Now, don't you think the problem got resolved? Only when I use the emotions. So many a times you have to appeal to their heart. Please remember, all the things will never work only from head. You require 3H formula for success in the organization. One is you require head, you require heart, and you require hands. Ask many a times, how many people work for you? And most of the people will say, so many hands work for me. Idiot. What about their heads and hearts? So you want the people to work without their heads and hearts? No. Please remember, the people come with the emotions. People come with the feeling. People come with the aspirations. People should be treated with dignity. People should be treated with self-esteem. You have to protect. Then they will do anything for you. Anything for you. But if you insult them, and therefore remember the golden principle which comes in a leadership form out of this emotional intelligence is praise your people in open and reprimand in isolation. What we do ulta. We don't praise at all. Chikku Marwadi. And we are so liberal in criticizing. We criticize so badly. It will have a negative impact. It will have a negative impact. And therefore, praise the people. Maintain their dignity. Never call people singularly. I know a class fellow of mine, his father had joined post department as a clerk. And when he retired, he was a postmaster general of Maharashtra. I asked him, sir, what is the secret of success? He said, I never called my person, whether he was a postman, whether he was orderly, whether he was my driver. I never asked him, Are Ture. I always ask him, it's very important. Respect. And respect is something which cannot be demanded. It has to be commanded. And the most important golden rule is you have to give before you get. This is called as a law of reversal. And the classic example of this I would like to quote, ladies and gentlemen, is Rusi Modi. You are aware he was a chairman and managing director of TISCO, Tata and Steel Company, located in the state which was called Bihar that time. Jharkhand was not born, where nothing works. And there was on National Geographic, there was a commentary at 3 o'clock early in the morning. I happened to see that, and the anchor had said, this is a company which is located in Bihar where nothing works, but you will see in the four walls of this Jamshedpur or Tata Nagar city, everything works to the precision. And that is, we are going to take you through the history of Tata and Steel Company. 66,000 employees. Not a single day strike. Imagine, sir, not a single minute man-hour lost because of any demand. Is it not a joke? And there is a story which goes that the company had acquired one coal mine because they require a lot of coal for their captive consumption. Coal mine had already accumulated loss of maybe 20 crores. And in the newspaper, it came that we have been now acquired by Tata's. So the union leader, C2, CITO, Center of Indian Trade Unions, most militant people. They decided to do what? Maro hatoda jab loha garam. And they decided to do it. Take a morcha. Now that HR manager of that company, personal manager, IR manager, whatever manager he got panic. He said, "Sir, they are coming with a big morcha. What do I do? Shall I organize police bandobast?" He said, "Please don't do that. Just tell me how long." Yes, there is a question. I will answer this EQ, etc. So I said, okay, what I will do is, just don't bother thereafter. And within that 1.5 hours, Mr. Modi organized breakfast and tea, coffee for them, for all 400 of them, and stood at the gate all alone, ready to welcome them. Now tell me, ladies and gentlemen, what these morchawalas, they must have thought, who would welcome them? Police with dandas, lathis, kathis, tear gas. But they say nobody's there. So they got confused whether we have come to wrong address. They said, nothing is seen. Okay, that fellow, the little shorty fellow, he's the Rusi Modi. He said, hey, he must have hide himself inside. He said, no, I am Rusi Modi, your new chairman and managing director. Please come. He shook hand with all 400 of them. Made them sit in the lawn. Beautiful arrangements were made in that 1.5 hours. He's after all managing director of so many thousand crores companies. Immediately, Baira started serving them food. And these people are zapped. Oh my God, what we thought and what has happened. Now what they did? They started hiding their jandas and dandas. And then said, please have it, because I'm also going to have my breakfast with you. Somehow they had the breakfast, and then Modi asked the question for which they were scared. Tell me, gentlemen, what brings you here? Now they are all, my God. They said, sir, we were just passing by. We thought of saying you hello. They said, don't kid me, don't kid yourself. You have come with a big dandas and jhandas, all 400 in number. So there must be something which is bugging you. They said, sir, we are working in this coal mine, but we don't get safety gadgets. Like we require, that mask to cover. Then we require soap to, after that we have to take a wash after every day's duty. Then we have to apply coconut oil. And in the meantime, company's finance head came and he pulled Modi sir's shirt. Sir, 20 crore loss. Modi sir ignored him. They said, I know, just keep quiet. And he said, okay, done. All the demands were accepted. The total burden came 50 lakh. So now the loss is from 20 crore to 20 crore 50 lakh. And the people, they said, they got up, and the slogan which they were shouting, Rusi Modi Murdabad, the slogan changed into Rusi Modi Zindabad. They said, sir, we were given wrong impression. You are a toughest of the tough boss, but it is wrong. It was our perception. We are extremely thankful to you. So please permit us to go. He said, please sit down. I accepted your demand. What about my demand? You think the fellow would say, these people would say, hell with you and your demand? They said, sir, just order and we'll do everything possible on the earth for you. He said, I don't want anything. I just want you people to give me 2 promises. No work stoppage on any count whatsoever. And number 2, you shall do whatever job is assigned to you by your superior for full 8 hours. That's all. And they said, sir, done. And Mr. Modi reported, in not the 6 months, that was the period left during the financial year, company not only wiped the loss of 20 crore and 50 lakhs, but made a modest profit of something 2.5 to 3 crore. Exact figure, I don't remember. Is it not something give before you get? Last example I would like to give you, sir. These are examples where emotional intelligence can be used. And this is where I think it is one of the big industrialists, if I mistake not, either it is Cyrus Poonawalla, Mr. Poonawalla of that Serum Institute of India. Now, he had a driver working for him for 40 years. And when Mr. Poonawalla is in Mumbai for some official work, that driver passed away. And the news was broken to him. They said, sir, this is how, he just requested the family, please hold the funeral till I come. He cancelled everything. He took a charter plane, went to Pune. That big limousine car, which a driver used to drive his boss every day to office and to other places. He drove himself, went to his place, decorated. The dead body was kept there. And mind you, the managing director drove the driver to the cemetery. People said, sir, why you are doing? He said, this fellow, if he can drive me for 40 years, can I not drive him for his last yatra? And that's how it was done. So these are a couple of examples where you can talk of the emotional intelligence. Now, in a limited time, whatever is available, now let us classify emotional intelligence into two parts. One is intrapersonal, second is interpersonal. In intrapersonal, there are three important parameters. One parameter is being aware of your own emotion and being aware of emotion of others, and not taking any decision when you are not in a proper frame of mind. So this beautiful example you can learn from traffic signal: red, amber, and green. Signal will never become red to green directly. For a fraction of second, yellow color or amber color will glow, which says stop, think, and then act. Should you act before you think, or should you think before you act? Is the question. Emotionally intelligent people think and then act. I have seen many people, they have given up resignation because boss fired them. And out of this, one happened recently, just last week. Girl having salary of 52,000 rupees, just 12th pass, handling accounts for a school, just resigned. We tried, but no. So the point is, when you do it, your resignation is likely to be accepted. Therefore, when you are emotionally angry, upset, write resignation, but don't submit it. And even if you want to submit, write a clause that I'm submitting this resignation with a condition it shall not be accepted. Then submit it. Don't take any decision when you are not in the proper frame of mind. Second, impulse control. You should be able to control your temporary impulse. Tomorrow is my exam. Somebody calls me, hey, let's go for a movie. And I give that temporary temptations. And ladies and gentlemen, I will miss the opportunity because the competition is so tough. Even 0.2% mark, 0.1% mark can make a difference. So should I not have that impulse control? Controlling your temporary impulses in order to meet your long-term goal. Is it not something which you have to do? Is it not a duty of a leader that he is able to coordinate individual goal and put them into the organizational goal? Take example of Dahi Ande. Fantastic. Fantastic. That Dahi is not important. It is the victory. Take the example of just recently concluded IPL. Not concluded, it's going on, I think, Rajasthan Royal. That Nevatia or Tevtia, something like that. Sunil Tevtia, or I don't know, remember his name. Tevtia is his name. He was being coaxed. The netizen have started blaming him. Everybody thought that Rajasthan Royal, there is 98% chance of their losing. But in last few balls, he turned the table and Rajasthan Royals became. Because even if people criticize you, maintain your calmness and coolness till end. You know only one thing, that you have to fight it out till end. You have seen many cases it has happened. Last ball, the fate of the game changes. Therefore, maintaining your cool. Ability to motivate. Who can motivate us? We ourselves can motivate us. Who can frustrate us? We ourselves can frustrate us. I have seen many times people say, the moment I look at that fellow, my temperature starts going up. I said, bloody, who is controlling you? You yourself are controlling, or somebody else is controlling you? Therefore, ability to motivate. You can motivate yourself. And by doing, the work may not be motivating, but what you do outside the work, outside duty hours, your hobbies, it will give you a positive energy, which is sufficient enough to do the routine, mundane job on the job. But if your energy is getting drained both the ways, you are highly emotionally unintelligent. Ability to listen and empathize. Ask any lady, what is the topmost complaint of hers against her husband? That way, several complaints, thousands, but the topmost will, ye sunta nahi hai. Na hum kisi ko sunta hai, na kisi ka dekhta. Because we do not listen, we pretend to listen. And that's the worst thing that can happen. If you are busy, tell them that I'm busy, give me 5 minutes and I will listen to you. But don't do natak of listening. It will be an adding insult to the injury. So please don't do that. And therefore, ability to listen. God has given us two and only one. Don't give advice. And many times, if you have to demonstrate empathy, you don't have to speak out a word. With your body language, you can empathize. Use the words like, I understand your feeling. I know what you feel. And I feel what you feel. I know what you feel is a sympathy, and I feel what you feel is an empathy. People are interested in your empathy. They are not interested in sympathy. Just feel what they are doing and what they are not doing. Empathy. And finally, you have to be very good at network. You have to create your own network. You must have your friends. And for a friendship, please remember, most of us, we think if you have to have a friendship, you have to sit in the evening. Basuya, no need. Without doing that, also you can have a friendship. If you help the people, during your normal times, they will come to your rescue during bad times. We have seen many times industrial relations situation are bad. People are there to attack us, but one of them will caution us, and he will say, "Sir, please don't go that way because there is a danger." Why? Because somewhere he feels that you had helped him during his crisis. And therefore, it is the most important, that is, you have to create your own network. Now I have created my network through my several programs. Whichever flight I take, whichever train I take, I get one of my participants. Hey, sir, we have done a lot of work for Maharashtra Police. All police are my good friends. So probably this is how the network you can expand. And for that, you should be able to communicate your feeling. Now, what are the signs of you should clearly communicate your feeling. You should be assertive, not aggressive. Assertive means ability to be in perfect harmony with your self-esteem without hurting others. The moment you hurt others, you have slipped from assertive mode and you have gone into aggressive mode. That's bad. No aggression. You can say, when you said this to me, I felt a little sad. Probably if you would have said instead of this way, it would have been okay for me. The fellow will take a corrective action. I am using, but avoid using word never, always, and you. You are always wrong. How can one person be always wrong? 100 out of 100. If you say you are always late, he will go through the record of full 1 year back, and he will find out one fine day he might have come on time. He will say, Mr. Kabra, how can you say you are always late? Look, on this particular date, I was in time. You are gone. But if you can say, generally you are organized, but this particular month, you were late on 3 occasions by 7 minutes, 11 minutes, and 15 minutes. Is there something which you can do about? Is it not an emotionally intelligent way of putting the thing? I'll say, no, sir, I'm sorry. Because you are talking with fact. Somebody is coming late. I get disturbed when people are late. I'm totally put off when people don't meet their commitments. Instead of using word you, use the word I. I have a control on my feeling, not others. So can you not do that? So probably you can have this. So communicate freely your feeling, your communication, your body language should be good. Even if you feel sad, you should be able to get back to normal. You should be able to get back to the normal. Now the question comes, ladies and gentlemen, is how do you work? How do you work? And how do you develop your EQ? Good news is, ladies and gentlemen, IQ remains constant after 16, but EQ you can develop at any given time. And the best method is your age. Remember the anger which you were going through when you were pretty young, when you were unmarried. Angry young man, Amitabh Bachchan ke baad iska number. The moment you get married, what happens? So the point is, when you get into reality, automatically you learn. You learn to interact. You learn from mistakes. You learn from, try to control your anger. And you can do so by, there are a couple of methods. Those methods I will talk and then finish off my discussion. If there are any questions which I'll take, sir, this particular subject, it requires full 3 days. But I am finishing it off in just 1 hour. So it's extremely difficult. So what are the methods by which you can improve your emotional intelligence? One, most important method, spend time with nature. 2 colors have a soothing effect on your feelings. One is green and one is sky blue. So when you go out for outing or picnic, you select 2 spots. Either you go to hill station or you go to beach resort. At hill station, there is green color. And at the beach resort, the color is sky blue. Take a beautiful example, hospitals. All the curtains are invariably green. The gown which surgeon puts before conducting surgery is green. The cap which he puts is green. the mask which he puts covers himself is green. Why? Imagine if he has put a red gown, red mask, and he's opening the body. The color of the blood is red, doctor is red, patient is red. Gone. Ram Nam Satta hai. So the point is spend time with nature. And when you are with nature, listen to the nature. Most of you go there for picnic, but instead of enjoying the nature, you enjoy another nature. What is the use? What is the use? Write diary. Best method is writing diary, where you made mistake and how you can correct it. When a similar situation comes next time, how differently you are going to handle, write it. Third best example of for emotional intelligence is control your breath. Because just imagine when I'm getting angry, what happens to my breath? I told you, you did not. So you start breathing fast and shallow. And when you start breathing fast and shallow, the oxygen which should be retained by your lung does not get retained to the capacity it requires. The blood doesn't get purified. Impure blood goes to the brain and it affects the control room. You know, these are control panels. And if this panel is out, then something will go off. Something will go off. Would you agree? And therefore, but if you take a deep breath, hold it here. So to that extent, extra oxygen is stored in your lung. That extra oxygen can be used for purifying the blood, and then you are emotional. So do that. Do that. Another important thing by which you can control your emotions, the meditation, spend time with the nature, share with the close friend. You don't share, what will happen? It will burst out. And therefore, you must have seen when a married lady and her husband dies in an accident or she's in a shock, even the tears don't roll out. You know what is done there? She's beaten so that she cries. Because if she doesn't cry, there is a chance that she will get a heart attack and die. And therefore, it is important that you have to share with a friend. But when you are sharing with a friend, remember two qualities. One, the friend should be a real friend. Not the one who is shedding crocodile tears for you. And the person with whom you are sharing should be more emotionally positive. If he is also emotionally down, you are also emotionally down. Initially, you were crying alone. Now you have got a company to cry. Crying gets compounded. No, don't do that. Laughter, use a laughter therapy. In Bombay, there are laughing clubs. Now with laughter, what happens? There are certain body secretions, some enzymes they call it. They get secreted, and then your metabolic activity of the body goes up, and then you feel motivated and activated, and thereby automatically come. Take a sense of humor, so that what happens is when the matter is serious, just crack something like a joke, lighter environment, make a lighter, and then again go bounce back. You have to bounce back. You have to have a quality which is called resilience. A rubber is a resilient product. You stretch it, it gets elongated. You release it, next moment it gets back to the normal. So even if you are angry, you should develop a method by which second moment you will become all right. So these are all possible, and therefore be present, have the ambitions. Don't be power hungry. Don't use the power. Let me ask you one question. What power Mahatma Gandhi had? He was not even corporator. But he ruled the entire world. Entire world. Can you believe there was one fellow who never knew his name? He had only seen Mahatma Gandhi's face. So he drew on the postcard Mahatma Gandhi's face and wrote India. No name, no country, nothing. And can you believe the letter was delivered to Mahatma Gandhi? So don't be power hungry. You have to lead by example. If suppose you are getting angry every now and then, what right you get the other people to tell you that you should not get angry? And people with low EQ, try to work on them. Ask them that they can use these methods and use it. And let me tell you, sir, it is useful in every aspect of human resource management, whether at home, whether you are managing your spouse, whether you are managing your children, whether you are managing your colleagues, whether you are managing your boss. Even for managing boss, emotional intelligence works. You must know when to keep quiet and you must know when to open your mouth. We miss the bus because we do exactly reverse. Exactly reverse. And therefore it creates a problem. and therefore you have to leave. Therefore, if you do this, whether it is a downsizing, whether it is discipline, whether it is decision making, whether it is adaptability, all these qualities where you can use the emotional intelligence to the greatest advantage. Always keep an open mind, never have a fixed paradigm mindset. Many times we have a fixed mindset, and because of there is a problem. These are the problem. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, if you use this, I can assure you, you will be emotionally intelligent, and many problems which are otherwise likely to come to you, you will be able to pass them through. And even during this corona pandemic, please remember, people are going to get into depression. Domestic violence is going to increase. People are going to get emotionally affected. Stress levels will go up. The cases of psychiatry will go up. The counseling will be required. And therefore, if you do not handle this, children, they are there at home. Poor fellows are unable to play. No schools. And therefore, they are getting a little irritated. And because of the irritation, your EQ level are likely to dip down. So again, bring them back. You should be able to bounce back. If you are able to do this, I can tell you, you would be a successful person. And and let me conclude by the beautiful poem by Harivansh Rai Bachchan. The poem goes something like this: लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं। नन्ही चींटी एंट जब दाना लेकर चलती है, चढ़ती दीवारों पर गिरती 100 बार फिसलती है। मन का विश्वास रगों में साहस भरता है, चढ़कर गिरना, गिर कर चढ़ना नौ से अखरता है। आखिर उसकी मेहनत बेकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं। Take the second example. Another example of having patience. The best example is the ladies. They have to have a patience to bear the child for 9 months and 9 days. दुख की आंख सिंधु में जब गोताखोर लगाता है, जा जाकर खाली हाथ लौटाता है। मिलते न सहज ही मोती गहरे पानी में, बढ़ता दूना उत्साही सी हैरानी में। मुट्ठी उसकी खाली हर बार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं। And the last stanza, असफलता एक चुनौती है, स्वीकार करो। Failure is a challenge, accept it. क्या कमी रह गई देखो और सुधार करो। Introspect and do the correction thereafter. जब तक सफल न हो नींद चैन की त्यागो तुम, हे मेरे दोस्त संघर्षों का मैदान छोड़कर मत भागो तुम। कुछ किए बिना ही जय जयकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार। Thank you very much. God bless. If there are any questions, I would welcome them. And yes, the Deep will share my contact details, my mobile number, my email. Your feedback is most valuable to me. It will add value to me because together we succeed. You have 1 rupee, I have 1 rupee, I share with you, you share with me, we are still left with 1 rupee each. But you have one idea, I have another idea, I share my idea with you, you share your idea with me. Now both of us have become richer because we have 2 ideas each. So my sincere appeal, make me rich in ideas. Thank you very much. Questions?
Sir, it was indeed an amazing session. In fact, I can see one question in the chat asking if the manager you're dealing with is not high in EQ and is a lot more of a taskmaster. How do you deal with such managers?
Yes. See, what happens is, there are 2 things which I would like to tell you. See, bosses are always the way they should be. Suppose, for example, Deep is my boss and he fires me. I throw resignation on his face and go to another company and somebody else becomes my boss. What is a guarantee that new boss will not be improved version of Deep? Finally, I will say, oh my God, Deep was 1,000 times better. This fellow is uska baap nikla. So the point is, don't expect boss to change his style to your tune. You have to change your style to his tune. But then the controversy will come. Does it mean that I'm compromising with my self-esteem? No. And how do you do that? 2 examples I would like to give you. I had a boss. I'm not going to name. This fellow never knew anything. But what he would do, he would not allow me anything to do. Then what to do? He would do everything and then mistake, and then again, the matter would come to me and then I had to rectify. So our work was increasing. So how do you manage such kind of a boss? He would organize a meeting and he would say, boys and girls, this is a problem and according to me, this is the best solution. What do you have to say? Now, problem is identified by him, solution is cleared by him. What he is sharing with us, only he wants our approval, not our head. And there are many who would not. Yes, sir, you are so great. You know, what a beautiful idea. I can't imagine if you were not there, our company would have sunk into the Arabian Sea. All वो लगा दिया उसको पोल्सन का. Now I know that what idea rubbish is idea that cannot work. Can I get up and say, hey, you have any brains bloody left? Do you think this idea will work in our company? Next time I won't be there to give any more ideas. That time probably I have to keep quiet. This meeting is over. Then what do? Allow 24 hours to go. Next day, go to him, do your work, and then tell him, sir, of course you must have, it's a well thought over decision. I have nothing to say, but I was just thinking differently and slightly differently when I thought a different idea has come to my mind. If you permit, can I share? Will he say no? Keep bloody your mouth shut. He will say, Bolo. Now say. Now what happens? From heart to heart, he is convinced that the idea which you gave to your boss is 1,000 times better. But do you think he will have a magnanimous heart to say, oh, I'm so thankful to you, Deep, for giving me such a brilliant idea? Oh, I bow down. No, nothing will happen of this side. He'll say, let me think it over. I will chew it. Next day, after 4 or 5 days, I can tell you he will have another meeting. And he will say, boys and girls, you know, we had taken a decision. Actually, we had never taken a decision. He had only taken the decision. But now I has become we. And somehow I was not comfortable with this idea. I was thinking and thinking and thinking. I could not sleep for last 4 or 5 days. And now different idea has come to. Now your litmus test. Keep quiet. If you say, hey, Sala, I had given you this idea. Mera idea churata hai. You won't be there. But don't worry. It is your idea. World will come to know in fraction of seconds. Because it is not his idea. Every 2 minutes he would look at you. What do you say? Does it make sense? He will only look at you and ask your opinion. Do you have any other point to add? So all of you can close your eyes and say, Arey, original producer director, ye to dummy hai. Now my point, ladies and gentlemen, your idea should get through. Na? I always say in Hindi, kaun se murge ki awaaz karne se suraj ugta hai? Important hai kya? Important is suraj ugta hai. And murga for no reason he thinks, because he croaked, bloody sun has arisen. It is actually ulta. Because sun rose, this fellow cracked, crowed. So by this way, you can handle any tough situation. You give me any unit leader, you give me anything, they have that emotional cord. Once you touch their emotional cord, they are coming to you. In one of the training program, they gave me a toughest of the tough fellow. And that personal manager came, sir, Mr. Kabra, we pray for you because there is a nut we are giving you. After the program, don't know what happened. How did I touch his emotional cord? He said, sir, I want to talk to you. I want to travel with you. I said, I'm in Thane, so I'm going to Thane. So please get into my car and I'll drop you on the way. He said, sir, I stay at Goregaon. I said, then, sir, you have to excuse me because I'm going the other side. He said, no, sir, I'll come with you. Come up to Thane, then take a train and go back to Goregaon. Then he got into my car and then he started crying like a small boy, child. Because somewhere I had touched his emotional cord. Then he became so good, so good, so good. The personal manager is even today indebted to me. He said, Arey Kabra, tune kya kiya yaar? He has become such a nice person thereafter. Said, somewhere you have to touch the emotional cord. And you get. Any other questions, sir?
Well, I don't see any questions on the chat. If somebody else has something, feel free to ask.
You can ask me directly. You can email it to me and I will be, yes, I will be, my email ID is Jaiprakash Kabra, JAIPRAKASH Kabra, KABRA @yahoo.co.in. And my mobile number is 9821342325. I repeat, 9821342325. There is one question I can see, how to target employee, sorry. Can you just play it deep again? That chat box.
Yeah, sure. I will read it. How to target
Shweta J.
Yes, it is a question from Shweta. When we refer to time of induction and onboarding.
No, I am unable to see. Can you read it for me?
Yes, I will try to read it. During time of induction and onboarding, how do you target employee emotions? when the employee decides his mind whether to survive in the organization or not.
Yeah. See, let me tell you, sir, the most of the organizations, they have this problem. I know a company which used to recruit 50 management graduates as a management trainee, and hardly 3 or 4 would celebrate their first birthday. Means they are there. You know? My mobile number 9821342325. 9821342325. Now coming back to the question, they won't survive, and therefore you have to create emotional bond from day one. How you treat them, how you welcome them is very important. If you do not welcome them properly, they are just left to their own. They are lost. Therefore, well-designed and well-conducted induction program is necessary. Many newcomers don't know where the toilets are located. They don't know if you have to eat in the canteen, what is the procedure. They don't know which bus I have to take. So are you not expected to give them? Tell them what are your do's, don'ts. You know, connect, and don't leave them just like that. As a HR person, as an emotionally intelligent person, talk to them every 15 days. How is this thing going on? Talk to their boss, ask their questions. How do they feel like, you know? And once you have that emotional connect, let me give you an example. Here I can name the company. L&T is not a good paymaster. Certainly not if you compare with other startups. But why people do not leave L&T? Because they have that emotional cord. And give them appropriate power, people stay with you. Give them openness to discuss their point. I provide you air-conditioned cabin, I provide you salary, I provide you car, I provide you anything. But I don't allow you to speak a word. Just raise your hand up and head down. Would you feel comfortable working with me? No. No. So for that, you have to give me opportunity to speak, respect my opinion, create that ownership in me. When my idea is given, my idea is respected, valued, is worked upon. So by that, you know, let me give the final example. There is a pediatrics. I don't know if there is any doctor here. Indian Academy of Pediatrics, they have published a journal. In that journal, there is a published data. Every year, 72,000 young-born kids die because of one stupid reason. That way, millions of them die. These 72,000 die because the child falls from a lap of a nurse and dies. Why? Because she's a nurse. But imagine, do you think her own child will fall from her lap? Same thing is true with the idea. The boss, what he does, he just defines the problem, emotionally intelligent boss. Let's arouse the idea from them. Now the idea becoming their idea, therefore the approach is mother. And if you put your idea down their throat, the idea, their approach will be that of nurse. So provide that open culture where people can talk openly, meet people openly. That's how, you know, so it is possible. Yes.
Sir, I have one question.
Please.
This is Srinivas Kulkarni from Biop Development Research Foundation.
Yes, sir.
Your lecture has been really very nice and very insightful. So you have left us with a lot of food for thought, which certainly we'll enjoy. My question is, every good manager should also aspire to become good mentor.
Absolutely.
So there has to be a right mix of being a mentor and being a manager.
Correct. But, there is a difference.
Right, sir. But despite of that, what happens is that employees would generally love that part of the manager which is in the form of a mentor, because it is more general, it goes beyond the obvious, it also touches the emotionally, and the person would go beyond the point in understanding the employee.
I agree.
But as far as that part, the other part is concerned, which is basically being a manager, which is more task oriented and getting the work done, deadlines, and rest of it. So, that part employees would not like. So how do we manage the mix?
I got your point. In effect, you are referring to the situational leadership, which talks of 9-9. Equally good concern for task and equally good concern for people. Please remember, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot extract the work from people only by carrot. Therefore, the approach is called as a carrot and stick. So if there is no stick around, carrot will lose its utility. He will say, last time also you had given me so small carrot, big carrot, give me big, give me big, give me big. No. But if he knows that if he doesn't respond to carrot, I don't mind using stick. He will respond to the carrot irrespective of its size. So you have to do the balancing. I asked one of the employees, very jokingly, figuratively, I told him, Deep, you are employed with this company for last 25 years. But when did you started actually working? Understand the question. And you know the answer Deep gave? Ever since company threatened to fire me, I started working. So it has to be a combination of both. Otherwise, therefore, even if you are a discipline master, you are a task master, but if you explain the logic, why? In fact, people from heart to heart are very happy that you have taken a disciplinary action of fellow who was acting funny. And they will support you. Only thing is we say either it is my way or no way. No. Hitler ka baap nahi banne ka. So communication is the key. How do you communicate? How do you tell him? These are the deadlines which have to be also respected. Because none of us can survive unless and until our company improves the top line and bottom line. Then alone you can. Hope I have tried to answer your question in whatever little time was available at my disposal.
No, absolutely, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kulkarni.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for being a part of the session. People
Yes.
can certainly reach out for any questions, even later on email or on the number that is shared, and we would love to address. I'd also
Deep,
shared
how many participants were there today?
about 55, 57. A few of them keep coming in, going out, but close to that was the
55.
number. Yeah, close to that was the number.
Okay.
And but I think I've also shared a link in the chat for certification workshop that sir offers on emotional intelligence leadership.
Sure.
So
Sure.
people
You can do
refer
that
to
and
it.
I'll answer.
Sure. And
Absolutely.
thank you everyone for joining in. It was indeed a good session today. Thanks a lot, sir, for being a part of it.
Thank you.